Hello. Good afternoon to all of you from India. I am Sanjay Bakshi, Program Manager, Shell E4, and we have with us now Priyank from IoTomation, and welcome again to the Q&A booth. Before we headed to answering some of the questions, I would like Priyank to give a quick introduction about IoTomation and what they do. So over to you, Priyank.
Hi, Sanjay. Thank you very much for inviting me, and thank you for Shell to E4 to put together the demo day opportunity for us. As an E4 cohort startup, it's an opportunity for us to come out and tell about what we are doing. I am Priyank Garg. I'm co-founder and head of product and finance for IoTomation, and it's my opportunity to talk about what we deliver here at IoTomation. We started off as a company that is focused on buildings, and we have come up with a solution that is offering a building IoT platform that brings all the building operations on a single dashboard. We offer a centralized command center services with a skilled and trained team that can allow your building operations to be monitored and managed centrally. The services that we offer are based on an outcome based approach. You pay for services, and if your buildings work, and you get analytics and AI and ML applied from a skilled team to achieve operational goals such as energy efficiency, uptime, cost reduction in operations, and also importantly, occupant comfort. Combined with this building IoT platform, today we bring together also a set of solutions that help buildings open safely, which we call IoToSafe, and brings the world out back to work and back to the environment outside through a safe environment in this pandemic. I believe we have some network delays from Sanjay.
Hi, sorry about that. Audience and the viewers, then you can drop your questions in the Dropbox, and so that Priyank can answer during this 45-minute session. The first one. So, could you tell us in the country?
Sanjay, I'm sorry, if you could repeat that. I lost a couple of words.
So let me repeat it for you, Priyank. Apologies for the. Says that there are many companies in this space, and how different is your company, compared to the market? So if you talk about a little more on the competition.
Sure. Thank you. That's a very good question, Sanjay. See, this space on the building sector is not a new space. A lot of people have been working in this area.
Yeah.
We come out with our solution to try to solve the problem that companies have been facing and building operators have been facing working with the incumbents. There are a few major incumbents that have been operating in this solution area for years since the client server days. These include companies like Honeywell, Schneider, Siemens, Johnson Control. And this is the traditional approach of what is called the building management system, BMS platforms. Now, when you look at these solutions, they all are installed on the site. They are limited in their capacity and capability. They have siloed data. They have limited skill sets among their operators and huge disappointment among customers in their experience. You talk to customers in India, you talk to customers in the Middle East, you talk to customers in Europe or the US, everywhere. Um, the higher the skill level of the service industry operating the building, the better the outcome. But nowhere is it anywhere satisfactory. Everybody finds that they are able to at best operate at a basic level of operation without achieving the promise of what these systems are sold with. Even the new players in the market that have come out, which are many startups all over the world, most of them operate with point solutions. They will offer either a solution for maybe air conditioning, or a solution for lighting, or a solution for security, or some such aspect, which is a point solution that works with a particular need of the building. And we have seen many customers in person where they end up installing three, four, seven different systems to try to make them to and try to make them work together to be able to operate their building. And effectively, uh, the data gets fragmented, the building operations get fragmented, and customers don't get results. Many customers say, "I pay good money to buy problems, not solutions." What we are doing is trying to address that in both the way we design the product and also the way we deliver it. Our product is a single solution dashboard for entire building operations. We come with a standard suite of services pre-built, which includes your air conditioning, your ventilation, your electrical system, your fire systems, your sewage treatment plants, which are required in India. In India, you also have your generator sets, which may not be applicable in all parts of the world, plumbing, and all of these basic systems which are there in all buildings. And then we integrate through open APIs with other solution providers. There might be a parking system provider, maybe an access control provider, maybe a lift operation system, etc. And we bring them out, even your security systems, which working, when you have your CCTV systems, we integrate with those providers as well. And so we bring everything together into a single operating master console that building owners can work with. That is the first step, bringing everything together. The second step is bringing everything on the cloud. And once we take everything to the cloud, we are able to offer these services remotely. We offer it through a centralized command center. And with that command center, we are able to achieve high quality, scalable operations for the building owner with a skilled and trained staff, and as well as use their decentralized data repositories to achieve high quality analytics and AI ML improvements, algorithmic developments, which are then deployed for results that the buildings want. And the last, but not at all least important bit is that we don't charge everything upfront. All are in competition. They get paid when they deliver the hardware or the software license to the site, which means that they have no commitment to the initial period of 6, 9, 12 months to make your building operate. Buildings are living creatures. They change. People use, add, expand, etc. In our case, we charge on a per quarter basis. A customer pays for the first year, and then every quarter he pays only if the service works. And so he gets a commitment from us that we will not just sell him the system, we'll also make sure it works. And as a result, we are able to achieve a much higher quality customer service, customer experience, and differentiate ourselves from the market.
Excellent. I think which everything kind of have impacted. I'm sure the offices, which is going for a revamp in the overall facility management, and your infrastructure of supporting the data, through the air conditioning the office. I'm sure it also added a lot of value post COVID period. How your value proposition will enhance and bring safety to the respective corporates and the organization. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, sure. That's actually very interesting how this panned out for us, Sanjay. Of course, everybody can understand with this pandemic, offices are shut, people are not interested in going to work, but buildings still need to be operated, right? If there's a bank or there's a emergency service or a company that's operating that's in the essential services space, they might still be coming to work. The building needs to function, the systems equipment need to operate to keep them healthy. Our customers were able to operate their buildings and their facilities with nobody on site if need be, because they had the full system on the cloud. And this was a clear testament to why this kind of a arrangement and solution is ideal in the new world. We really enabled work from home for the operations teams of the buildings. Otherwise, they would have all had to come into the BMS rooms, whether or not the police allowed them to in India, or if they didn't, the equipment would not have been operated and would have probably suffered severe damage potentially. So none of our customers had any downtime because they were operating from the cloud. Of course, it has affected the immediate priorities of customers, but we have also worked hard to come up with solutions that are oriented towards our market, our customers, where we can help them open their buildings safely through our IoT safe solutions.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you, Priyank. Now, before we go to the next question, a quick reminder to our audience that please put up your questions on the Dropbox below, and we will take it up for Priyank to answer it. And if you are an investor, I would request that you can move to an investor booth. I think you can have more relevant answers for your questions on that particular booth. So yeah, thank you. And so Priyank, for my next question is, when you talk about this, it lies a lot into the product. So tell me more about your product, how successful it is in this space, and how it really will differentiate and in your scale-up journey.
Sure. To go back a little bit in
Priyank,
history.
am I audible?
Yeah, now I heard up to you're asking about our customers and where we are deployed and how we'll differentiate. So um, we are a 3-year-old startup, and our first site is the site actually in Noida, which was nominated for the ACREX Hall of Fame Awards. ACREX is the Air Conditioning Refrigeration Expo. This building is operated through our cloud-based building IoT platform. And we have operated this facility right now 14 million, 1.4 million square feet, 14 lakh square feet, with all its services on our platform. We also, this is called Advant Navis IT Park. It's present on the Greater Noida Expressway. And then we have other marquee clients like H&M, where we have deployed our solution in many of their stores in Delhi NCR, in Mumbai, Pune, as well as in Bangalore and Hyderabad. And we are slowly going through and rolling out across their entire facilities. Of course, we would have been much further ahead if not for the pandemic, but that we are working. Um, Overall put together, we have almost 5 million square feet deployed and going on to 10 based on our current order book. I'm not even talking about the interest and pipeline that we have with customers. So this is not a solution that is a PowerPoint. It is a working product. It's live. It's working. It's affecting lives. In fact, talking about differentiation, the building that we started with first, which is our first site, Advant Navis Business Park, over 2 years, we have been able to achieve 25% energy savings. Um, we have saved 30% in operational cost by having them reduce the amount of manpower they need to operate the building, and also reduce customer complaints, indicating better satisfaction and better experience for the occupants that are there in these buildings. 1.4 million square feet is almost 8,000 people already sitting in these facilities, and the number of complaints have gone down. Customer experience is much better. Even in other malls where we have deployed, we have demonstrated 8 to 9% savings almost immediately after deploying our solutions. So these kind of results that we are able to bring to customers immediately result in a very high ROI for them, combined with the fact that they don't have to pay, for the services of 5 years upfront, but they pay across the time. It results in a very good experience for customers, both financially as well as in operations.
Thank you, Priyank. And apologies, I have switched off my video because I have a poor network here. Once it restores back, I will come back with my video. So I'll take the next question, which is coming from Deepak from Shell, and he's actually wanted to understand that how exactly does it reduce the energy bill for your clients, and if you can share any case study examples.
Sure. So there are multiple aspects to that. I'll start with the most simple and then build up in terms of complexity. The first and foremost is the fact that the entire system operates. We have customers and clients and facility management companies like global facility management companies like JLL and Cushman Wakefield seen our system operate and tell us that most of their buildings in India, at least 50% don't have a system operating at this level. Dr. Prem Jain, founder of IGBC, Indian Green Building Council, personally said that he has not seen even 20% of his buildings that he has audited or seen in his lifetime of experience in this space operate at this level. Having an entire system that works actually allows the operations team to monitor and react quickly. The second aspect is the fundamental integration. If you have your visitor system and your air conditioning system or your ventilation system connected, you can respond to visitor counts and increase and reduce your air conditioning load responses. Or you can manage your footfalls, and based on your footfalls, you can determine how to optimally operate your system. So being able to do that, being able to do these things effectively because you have an integrated system, without having to depend on the right individual spotting the right trend or data that's happening on the building every minute, but the building system doing it for you allows you to achieve tremendous savings by itself. The example of the mall I gave, that was a saving that was just simple uptime, just getting up and running throughout and identifying the places where the systems had broken, either their actuators were not connected or their sensors were dead, and somebody keeping it live, that itself gave that kind of a saving. On top of that, when you have experience in the building, you can figure out and identify through data analytics and ML, or even building experience from years of operations, where is it that you're seeing underutilized or over allocation of resources through load versus demand analysis, system AHU, equipment performance utilization, and so variable frequency drive controls for all the equipment, whether it be chillers, pumps, etc. All of these various knobs that are there in a system that can be managed and turned by software once you have it driven by algorithms or experience rules. Those are the three layers that achieve the kind of results we talk about.
Thank you. I think very interesting, Priyank. So I just wanted to ask you again, and going back to this pandemic impact. So what has really worked for you in the past, and do you think that anything which is kind of not working for you or not useful because of this change or the pandemic coming along, or it can have elevated your overall story for the customer?
Yeah, I think going back to March, I remember us as the founding team, myself and Dharmender, being very worried what's going to happen in the market, right? Everybody is looking at the whole world unraveling as we know it, life changing in ways that nobody could imagine even 1.5 months ago before that we would be where we were. And we tightened our belts and braced ourselves for immense strain and stress for the company. But while we did that, it was obvious that for us, the customers that we are targeting, the building owners, the operators of malls, real estate, hospitals, um, uh, you know, and other such facilities that are commercial buildings, they are not going to be interested in investing in new platforms because they are just not open. However, there are things that happened that actually surprised us. Some things um, were we were able to think about what the customer's needs are, and we were able to find a way to come up with a solution which we call IoTosave that helps buildings open safely. We even have this customer solution being deployed in the country right now. It's offered, and we have first deliveries being done in this month. And customers are showing a very positive response because it allows them to open their buildings safely, to operate them safely, including monitoring the air quality environment parameters as specified by the government, to ensure that people entering the building do not have any temperature or do not have the wrong Arogya Setu status. And now also combined with that, offering a product which brings safety in the building interior by ensuring that your entire environment is free of infection. It actually ensures that even if somebody comes in with the COVID virus, it does not spread inside your building. So all the building occupants are safer. And this solution is what we call IoTosave. This IoTosave solution, we are working with private players, and we're also working with the government. We have a strong response from them as well, working with the government bodies. And this IoTosave solution, when we take out to customers, we are seeing a different type of response. Earlier, a year ago, if you were trying to go sell the building IoT platform, customers would be like, they would probably not engage depending on how they judged us in terms of our capability size, whatever, knowing that we were a startup versus a well-established MNC. But now people start talking to us about IoT Safe. They want a solution immediately. And then they also want the building IoT platform because they know that the future is different. It's not going to be like it was. The presentation, our pitch today to customers ends with who's going to push your digitalization story. Is it going to be the CEO, the CTO, or COVID-19? Literally, COVID-19 has made building digitalization no longer an option. It is a must-have. It is table stakes, and everybody wants it. So we are looking forward to a bright future. Times have been tough, and things are still tight. But with the IoT Safe solution, that makes your build allows you to open your building safely and is an immediate need for customers. We offer that to start for your urgent needs, and then from there you can build onto the building IoT platform, which everybody is saying we need it. We need to have it because they need to be able to operate in all these conditions that may happen today or in the future. And so the world has changed around us, but I think we have changed positively with it.
Yeah, interesting, very interesting. So Priyanka, can you tell us more about your clients? Who are the customers you're working with? Without going into much more details, I'm sure there would be a lot of confidential elements around it, but
Yeah,
if you can give some flares around it, yeah.
Um, uh, I've mentioned some of the important ones. We work with Advanced IT Navis Park, that's in Noida. We have H&M all over the country. We have Okaya as a business group. We have some of their facilities. Innovative group out of Gurgaon. We have done work for JSW. We've also done a project for CSIR, which is a government organization. Currently, we have received work also from Shell. We are working with them for some of the solutions to start with, and of course, talking about the entire suite. Um, and we have customers across the Fortune 500 in India that are now engaging with us. Unfortunately, I won't want to take names until I have clearance from all of them. But I can say that names from FMC space, from MNCs, locations in Delhi, in Mumbai, in Bangalore, other parts of the country. We have customers in hotel chains. We have that we are meeting national, international hotel chains. Competitors of H&M that are engaged with us, educational institutions that are looking at our solutions. Uh, and then malls, I give the example, we are working with Pacific Mall. We've done one mall for them in Delhi, and we are just receiving the confirmation for the next two locations, given the results we have provided them. So there's a wide application of customers that are interested in our solutions, and we have a very healthy pipeline.
Excellent. And wish you all the best in coming days in 2021. We can hear more from the customer journey. Again, before again, a reminder, for Priyank to answer these questions. Now, so Priyank, could you tell us now a little bit on your plans to expand beyond India? So your global expansion plan and services, and what are the challenges you think which you are kind of foreseeing, which you need to really look into it while you actually step out?
Sure. That's a very good question, Sanjay, and leads very close to the Shell E4 engagement for us. I am a past president for ASHRAE India chapter. ASHRAE standing for American Society for Heating, Refrigeration, and Air Conditioning Engineers. And the remainder is the current chapter president for India. And both of us have engaged and interacted with people from all across the world in the building industry, whether it be from Middle East, from Europe, and the US. We have surprisingly found the need to be much larger than we envisaged. Our initial hypothesis was this is probably a difficulty more in a country like India, where sometimes the uh, commissioning processes and the skills of the teams on the ground deploying these systems have not been built up by years of experience, and hence customers are not happy. But when we find out, when we go out to customers all across the world, uh, we go to Jordan, they want it. We go to the UAE, they want it. We go to Singapore, they want it. We've had a system integrator who are our partners to go to customers from New Zealand fly to India with three people to train with our systems. We have a partner in Oman who has introduced us to customers in Oman. And this was all the direction we were going very fast and aggressively, trying to build towards that. In fact, one of the really important goals for us as a founding team in the Shell E4 program was to accelerate our international outreach and international delivery. However, the pandemic has changed things. The whole process of going global has been shifted somewhat. Um, we still have to figure out how we will sell a product like ours internationally. And so the system integrated relationships are being rebuilt or rethought in this new world. At this time, we are focusing on the Indian market because we have system integrators across the country, all three corners of the world, of the nation, who are working with us in sites. And we have the IoT Save solution, which is designed and built with around the Arogya Setu app screening, which we have integrated directly with the government, as well as the temperature screening and the Shikocan product, which is for infectious environment. So we are currently somewhat focused on the domestic market for the next few months till we get some traction and get some momentum behind us and have the wind in our sails to be able to step out again. It's not going to be too long because we have people, partners who are helping us go to market, and they are talking about some of their national customers being interested. But we just have to focus a little bit. Startups, the biggest issue is always trying to do more than they can. And that's what I've seen myself in my experience. Someone once said, and I totally believe in it, startups more often die not of starvation, but of indigestion. And so we don't want to chew them more than we can swallow. So there's a little bit of a pause. I think that will also allow the world to figure out how to deal with the pandemic and for us to figure out how to go global. So maybe in 6 to 12 months, that should be something we go forward with actively.
Yeah, I'm sure, and I wish you all the best on that. So when you think about overseas, what kind of potential challenges do you think you can face, which you don't experience it locally now here?
I think the biggest thing for us will be to understand what the needs of the customer in the global market is versus the domestic customer. Some customer market, these systems that we're offering are built to solve problems faced by building owners in a market. In a particular market, the problems might be more related to commissioning, maybe more related to operations. In another market, it might be more related to occupant comfort, maybe more related to regulation compliance. So the first important thing for us to understand is what is the particular need of a market that we try to reach out to, and then to build the capabilities corresponding to that, whether it could be product updates for particular regulatory needs, whether it could be integration partner update networks capable of solving those facilities, how to deliver it when we are offering them the services from India, etc. So as we develop our processes and methods to deliver these services out of India, when we go abroad, we will obviously need to improve them, enhance them, adapt them, and make sure we are addressing the particular need of that market. So um, what your question asks me, there could be a million things under that. And for us to think about that, we have to basically start from the customer need. And there could be many things that come with that. There are also many areas of expansion of the product line, whether it be integration with BIM or building information management systems, integration with digital twin or enhancing digital twin capabilities, uh, further enhancing our data management or data hosting stories if there are particular regulatory needs of where the data is hosted, etc. That we will all have to discover as we reach out to new markets.
Great. So And just to extend that question, not from a market perspective, but if you had to diversify from today to a new industry or into new facility management, which you're currently not maybe focusing to at this point, and so what those are in your pipeline? Maybe have you kind of thought through that, which can be a potential disruptor for you in going forward?
So we started, Sanjay, with the building IoT platform. That's all we were doing till February, March.
Mhm.
We do offer a diverse suite of solutions there. So you can get a full package, you can get a partial solution, etc. Um, there is some inherent effort that goes into deploying such a solution in the customer base. So that has been one thing. Excuse me. That has been one thing that has affected our growth path in the past, from which we have now diversified. That actually we are in the middle of this transition by offering the IoT Save solution, which is a plug and play. You buy, you deploy, and you're live. And so this kind of a solution actually changes our business dynamics, our business risk, and the customer experience, where they get results and experience with the supplier like us immediately, and they are able to judge how what value we are bringing to them. IoT Save allows you to open your building safely. You put IoT Save at your entrances, and people are screened for their temperature and Arogya Setu status. We monitor your internal environment, your parameters of PM 2.5, CO2, humidity, and temperature as prescribed by the Ministry of Commerce for safe operations. And we offer anti-infectious building operations. All of these are just simply power in and turn on the Wi-Fi. That's all that's needed. It's literally, it's faster than making a payment on some of the online websites, not Amazon, I would say, but others that you find online. So it's really quick, it's really fast to deploy, and it's a quick experience. So this diversifies us from purely a whole building operation solution to get ready to start operations, as well as a rapid deployment versus a long cycle deployment. Uh, it allows us to reach to customers which we won't go with our building IoT platform. Like our building IoT platform, we are focused on commercial buildings, medium and small size, where customers are not able to deploy a whole BMS team. If you have a 5 million square foot facility, you can have a large and well-paid team to look after it. But if you have a smaller facility, you may not be able to get the skills. So there, the building IoT platform provides a tremendous advantage. To retail is another area that we have worked on because we have seen our solutions being accepted by those customers. While that remains the focus on the building IoT platform, the IoT Save solution can go to factories, can go to the commercial buildings, can go to hotels, malls, all kinds of small retail also. And so the wide range of applicability allows us to diversify our customer base as well as our deployment method and our go-to-market. And so that's how we are diversifying and giving us alternate pillars to stand on.
Great, thank you. I think a lot of insights around it. So now let's come to some numbers. I'm sure you have some number thought through. What's that number you're looking in the next 3 to 5 years, keeping it with all the disruptions in the industry, which you're targeting locally and as well as globally?
So I think on this, Sanjay, this is something we keep a little bit close to our chest, since this is some kind of information that we uh, are concerned about competitor learning too much about on a public broadcast. But I will say that we are, as we said, looking at 6 to 12 months for going global, and that's our immediate focus while we work on our funding and our revenue streams to and build our capabilities out of India. The global market for our solutions is more than $40 billion as of now. And that is before the push from building digitalization that's going to come with COVID. So by the time in 3 5 years, it's going to be $100 billion+ market. So we are looking at a huge opportunity and also an opportunity where there's going to be a tremendous need to be on the ground with your customer in every market that you're in. So we are going to market with our system integration partners all over the country, and that's how the strategy will employ outside as well. A system integration partner is the gentleman or the team that is familiar with the local conditions, uh, takes care of the site from start to finish, while we provide the hardware and the software uh, to be able to deliver our building IoT platform or the IoT solution. So, with the help of system integration partners and the help of our system integration partners globally as well, and we are also looking to partner potentially with facility management companies and designers to for them to be able to offer greater value to their customers. Combine that, put together the market opportunity, we are hoping to be a prominent startup in the Indian ecosystem in 3 to 5 years, well established among the um, the upper echelons of the uh, digital software products out of India. As of now, we are the only ones offering a solution at this level within the country, and we want to make sure we carry that flag far.
Great. Thank you. I mean, numbers was more about to get at the potential size of the prize which you're kind of targeting. I think it's kind of given us a quite a understanding the opportunity it lies for you and in this space. So no, tell me a little more about your team and how you're hiring people and what kind of thinking you have when you kind of been scaling up from 2021, and will have certain disruptions around that space.
Sure, sure. Thank you. And thanks for that clarification on the numbers. I hope I got what you wanted out. On the team is led by Ravindra. He's the founder and my co-founder and the CEO. Ramendra has been in the HVAC or the building industry for 12 years plus, and he has worked as the country head for Danfoss, which is the largest equipment supplier in the space. So he has worked in this industry, in this market, done a company before joining IoTomation or starting IoTomation, and his expertise, which he has developed over the years in the market as well as with Danfoss, is around sales, marketing, and understanding customer requirements. Uh, I am a computer science graduate with a master's in computer science and having worked in the Valley for 11 years, I came back and I've been working in the building industry. So, with our background, my expertise, my strengths, I should say, are more in terms of product, technology, and finance, and that's the area where I have developed my skills and my capabilities. And together, we lead the team. Our organization is based out of Delhi as well as Bangalore. We have a sales team out of Bangalore. Delhi is our entire product and support, and the command center and the project teams are all out of here. All the general GM administrative as well. So we're based out of Delhi, and we are looking to bring on board, people who want to have an impact in terms of how buildings operate. Buildings are not an easy industry to sell to because each customer has a building that he has built with a lot of labor of love, and they want to do things the way they like them to be done. But they also understand that they need to have a baseline operations and without which they will never achieve the quality of experience for their occupants and the operational excellence that they need. So we have to balance between the customers' individual needs as well as their fundamental needs. And it takes little bit of effort and commitment. Unlike a consumer product, like a social network app or a e-commerce product, which is selling to individuals, the it is a B2B sale. It is a business to business market. So team players who are looking to build new cool technology that is surprisingly still not solved in the world and applicable to the entire globe in terms of having impact. Buildings occupy we occupy buildings, we spend 70% of our times in buildings. Some people in these pandemic times, probably 90% of our time in buildings. 40% of our energy consumption is in buildings. And if you exclude the homes, it's a vast footprint that we can have an impact on. So people who are willing to have that impact, who have that dream, who are who believe in quality and ownership of their work and working with integrity and commitment to the customer. Those are the kind of people we're looking for.
Great, excellent. We almost coming to an end of this session. So before we throw a few more questions to Priyank, to the audience, if you have some burning questions and you still some unanswered questions you wanted to ask Priyank, still you have time. Go into the Dropbox and please put up your questions there, and we will ensure Priyank answers those questions. So Priyank, could you tell us, this is that first time we are doing a demo day virtually, and hence, how does it feel, the overall demo day, and what kind of a message would you really like to give to your audience and to your customers who are actually listening to you now?
Yeah, I would like to start by thanking Shell E4 team for putting this opportunity together. Having seen the last 3 days, the support of the entire Shell leadership to the program and the effort and the dynamism that Shell is demonstrating in terms of adapting to the changing world, staying ahead of the curve and supporting all the new ideas that are coming out. It's very heartening. And a lot of the programs we come across in the world end up being purely on paper, but Shell has put their best minds behind it, and we really appreciate that. The Demo Day has given us an opportunity to come out and tell our story um, to all the world in a way that the quality of experience will be much better than anything that you would feel otherwise. And so for us, it's a great opportunity to reach out to you as whether you're an investor or a customer. Um, Whoever can listen to us, tell them about what we're offering them, and invite them to experience our products, our offerings, and derive value or derive the benefits that they believe will make their buildings operate safely. So safely and effectively. And so the demo day experience, it's been very professionally run, it's been very well organized, and it's been really smooth in terms of the audience experience. I've been watching the presentations the last 2 days as well. So I think it's been a great idea, and we look forward to big things coming out of this.
Great. And for viewers, you can look into the profile of IoTomations and their details. You can reach out to them directly, or you can reach out to us, and we will connect you with the team. So Priyank, we are almost there, and I just have one personal question to you, not to IoTomation. So I'm sure you're very passionate about what you're doing. So could you tell us? What really excites you every morning, and to kind of wake up and get to the work of doing what you do now, and what's that's rewarding part of it? Would you like to share with all of us?
Well, I mean, that's the fundamental reason I'm doing it, Sanjay. That's a good thing you asked me that. I returned to India in 2008 after having spent 11 years in the Valley to try to make a difference in the world's energy consumption to help make the world a better place for our future generations. And while at my previous company, I did that through innovative products that save energy in buildings, in the air conditioning systems. IoTomation allows an opportunity to do what surprisingly has not yet been done, to digitalize buildings, to improve their operations, to save energy, to give people a comfortable environment, keep people healthy. It's an opportunity to have an impact at a scale that just excites me. The amount of scope there is in terms of what can be achieved and what is there to be done. I literally can't keep in track in my head of how many opportunities and areas there are to touch over time. The space is vast and the impact is huge, but it is so untapped. I met with Professor Keshav, S. Keshav, who worked at Waterloo University. He was the founder of my previous startup in Silicon Valley, Ensign, and he was awarded the Distinguished Alumni Award at IIT Delhi, my alma mater. And I was talking to him about where I am, and he was like, I was at Waterloo in Canada and trying to get at buildings and try to see how to optimize them. Even the big five incumbents, they did not have any data that I could work with. They did not let me do any research. This just was a dead end. And what we are doing is exactly what he said they needed. So it's a problem that is vast and it's huge, and there are so many people that can work on it, and that we can provide a platform to work on, be a solution provider, be a platform provider, be an enabler to change the world. Well, big words always, but that's what inspires me. That's what inspires you. That's what keeps your energy up. Otherwise, the day to day can always put you down.
Excellent. No, thank you, Priyanka. And I completely echo that thought that big dreams, big words, somewhere it starts small, right? And one has to start that. And so we are all in that journey and that transition. And so thank you very much, Priyanka, for your time and your insights on your company and what you're doing for the environment and for the people. So and thank you, our viewers. So please reach out to them. You have the contact details in the website, their profile, and looking forward to connect with you again. Take care. Goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you, Sanjay. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for listening.